So, good evening, everybody. Time to have an answer of the questions and comments today. So, we start. Okay, well, this is a comment from me just giving you the link of the piece of music that Mohammed Omad left me. So, Chris, one cannot help but notice the growing number of people that are on lifelong medication for both physical and mental diseases. It seems that the medical industry is fast switching from the curing of diseases to lifelong palliative care. It is possible that the medical industry is receiving inducements from the drug companies to make the sick a continual source of income. No, surely not. Okay, good use of palliate and very cynical and ironic. Good work, Chris. I like it. So Ronan says great to the live stream, and Mikhail says good morning. Good morning to me too. Okay, Sheed. The leadership made a harsh and unfair decision by not increasing his income, despite his tremendous efforts and commitment to the company. They did a true hatchet job on him, indeed. That was very good. To do a hatchet, do a job on someone. Yeah? They did a true hatchet job to him. I think I'm going to accept the two. I think it's probably okay. I would prefer on, but two is probably better. Two is probably acceptable. Patricia, so obstinate. Could you make some more on this? Sometimes it comes across as extremely positive, the opposite of being easily swayed. That doesn't mean they are not amenable to change. Okay, obstinate. I think if somebody's obstinate, they just want to give you a hard time. Yeah? Okay, the words obstinate, stubborn and adamant are adjectives which cut both ways. Yes, because if for you to be obstinate, I need to keep asking. If you're stubborn, I need to keep pushing. And if you're adamant, neither of us agrees to change position. Okay, Mohammed, playing soccer on soggy ground is so precarious because falling totally apart is a matter of time. To fall apart, something breaks when it falls apart. The bits fall off it. So I would say falling down, getting injured, is just a matter of time. Yeah, because getting injured, it will happen. Or getting injured is just a matter of time. So Ossie Tal says, thank you for hatchet job. My pleasure, Ossie. And Mohammed, when he wanted to take the driving license, when he wanted to take his driving test, he had to drive for a while to see if he efficient to take it, if he was good enough to take it or not, and if and if he is efficient enough, we're going to endorse a driving license to him. No, definitely not endorse here. If you get an endorsement on your license, this is normally to say that you've been driving too fast or you've done something wrong. And so, if he's good enough to take it or not, and if he's good enough, we're going to give him a driving license. So, slander, mudslinging, slander, definitely Mohammed. Now, Vanitha, audiences who were in the stadium did a hatchet job on their nation's team. Don't need to say sport, because the situation visaged they weren't going to be a winning team. The situation's not going to visage, because the crowd envisaged that they weren't going to be a winning team. So humdrum, tedious, synonyms: tedious, monotonous, lacking variety, dreadful, dull. Yeah, I would say dull instead of dulled. Okay, Mohammed. Now, Anitha, in movies, all of the villains have a hatchet man to do bad things for him. Unless they can't, then the villain steps in and does the business right away. Okay, and then the villain steps in and does the business right away. Thank you, Navanitha. Pradip, good job, tutor. Thank you for contemporary. Can you please explain the meaning of humbug? Okay, so let's say, I think firstly, Hunter, a humbug is a sweet. Mint humbugs. It's an old-fashioned boiled sweet. But humbug is probably a rather old-fashioned word to say something is rubbish. It doesn't make sense. What he's telling you is sheer humbug. There's no truth in it at all. Yeah, stop talking such humbug. Stop talking such rubbish. And that's the idea of humbug. Informal though, okay? Probably a for informality and rather old-fashioned as well. Swill. Skills. I'm not sure I get this one, BRD, but thanks for watching. Mohammed, speaking of wars and what's going on in the world nowadays between Russia and Ukraine, comma, wars are nothing short of a precarious menace. Okay, wars are, lose the totally, are nothing short of a precarious menace. Mohammed, reverting to some old-fashioned styles, is such a thing that starts to be catching on in such countries. So reverting to some old-fashioned styles is, without the such, is a thing that is starting to catch on in some countries. Victor Gabriel, hi VG, great to see you. And VG, bloody hell, many God believers are doing a hatchet job on the new Cuphead cartoon on Netflix. God believers, many believers in God. I think I might even just say many religious believers, many believers. Okay, VG. Only 2 critics have done a hatchet job on his latest novel. Good English, good usage. Fran, I'm a nervous wreck. I wrecked my physical condition as well. Okay, so yes, that's good use of wreck. I hope you'll get better. So VG, cheers. Thank you very much, VG. And VG says, hey there. And Akshat says, hello. Have a wonderful afternoon and evening. Thank you, VG. Okay, book is a homonym because it's got more than one meaning. And in all cases, the word is pronounced the same. Good. Okay, examples. I want to book a room and I read that book yesterday. And so Majed says, well done. Thank you, VG, and thank you, Majed. And resume or resume is a heteronym or homograph because it's got more than one meaning, and depending on what meaning is used, it's pronounced differently. I've finished writing my resume. I'm going to resume my activities next week. Good English. Slay and slay are homophones because they've got different spellings, have distinct meanings, and are pronounced the same way. He wants to slay Santa with a sleigh, so slay, kill, and a sleigh to ride on, like a carriage on snow. Privacy, I always say privacy, is a heterophone because you can pronounce it in 2 different ways, and the meaning will still be the same. Privacy, so privacy and privacy, privacy and privacy. Okay, that's good, VG. And so Akshat, hello. VG, hello. Akshat, hi Victor, hope you're fine. I hope you're both fine. Such nice people. Katya, happy weekend, my teacher. Thanks for the video. Yes, because today is Thursday for you, and tomorrow is Friday. The weekend begins. And Anjali Sharma, wow, how incredibly he explained, comma, like telling poetry. I think telling, we would use the word reciting, to recite poetry. Intriguing. Okay, thank you, Anjali. And Static Blaster. No offence to anyone, but I love ribald, raunchy comedies, such as the American Pie movies, Eurotrip, Road Trip, the Ted movies, and 40-Year-Old Virgin, etc. No, you're perfectly entitled to your own things. The Ted movies. You're talking about Bill and Ted's Fantastic Adventure. Okay, thank you, Static. Patricia, This one was great because it didn't grate on my nerves, and I actually have the nerve to tell you that. And because you don't deserve to be berated, I'm perfectly willing and able to give the video a rating. Good English. Okay. That's quite good, berate. I like the berate and a rating. Okay, thank you very much. And great and great. That's good. Okay, Manji. No other teacher could elucidate the nuances between these awfully confusing things, and I can vouch for that. Example of homophones. This song strikes a chord with me. It takes me back to my childhood days. I tied a bell with a cord and put it round the kitten's neck. To tell you the truth, Manji, I have always had problems with these words and the meaning, what each one means. And even still, having concentrated and made this video, it's still not easy for me to say which is which. Yeah? Let's see. Phone is about sound and nim is about meaning. Yeah? And then homo the same and hetero different. But I still get them wrong sometimes. Thank you, Manji. Patricia. He was no gentleman, but he didn't tip his hat at her. He didn't hold the door open for her, though she had opened her heart to him, and she didn't leave a tip after the measly meal. Okay, yes. Tip, very definitely. There are probably more there as well. Okay, thank you. I like this measly meal. Akshat, the bigger your pet, the more responsibilities get on your shoulders. No, the more responsibilities are on your shoulder. The bigger your pet, the more responsibilities that are on your shoulder, I think I would say. Yeah, the bigger your pet, the bigger the responsibilities that are on your shoulders. So, Patricia, they often had rows and he had to duck to avoid the trajectory of their baby's rubber ducky. Very good. I was deeply saddened by this sad tale, for he had been courting her for several long years before they were married, and now they were landing up in court. Okay, they were landing up in court. I would probably say they were going to land up in court, but you could put they were landing up in court. And now they were going to land up in court would probably sound more natural. Thank you, Patricia. Manji, I reckon Stoicism has both its pros and cons. The resilience and self-restraint of Stoic people are very good. Okay, yes, but on the other hand, the act of suppressing emotions in social or catastrophic situations sometimes militates against their good nature. It's my opinion. Forgive me if I'm wrong, sir. You can't be wrong with your opinion because it's your opinion. Maybe I could have my opinion that's wrong, but that doesn't make your opinion wrong, Manji. So, Stoicism has both its pros and cons. I think I agree with you. The resilience and self-restraint of Stoic people are very good. Yes, they can be good in certain circumstances. But on the other hand, the act of suppressing emotions in social or catastrophic situations militates against their good name, or they seem like they're just cold. No, that's great, Manji. Feel free to express what you think, because it's what you think. Okay, Patricia. The trial did not go as scheduled. It wasn't all smooth sailing. It took the wind out of the judge's sails. His father was a sailor at one time. There was a graphic eyewitness account of the inconsistencies in the graphology of the different samples in possession of the lawyer. So, yes, okay, definitely sail and sail. Okay, but that's good English. I like it. It's fine. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. And I solicited his advice and and later ended saddled with a solicitor, that's very good, who, true to form, was overly solicitous over my plight. However, he did want to plight me his troth. That's very good, plight and plight, I love it. You're having fun here. What about rumble as a way of speaking, like Sumble rumbles? Okay, so, Tuta Ali. To rumble is like thunder. My stomach is rumbling. I can hear the rumbling of the traffic. It's like a low sound. Okay, Tuta? Yeah, I'm thinking particularly my stomach was rumbling. Yeah, the thunder was rumbling. I could hear the rumble of furniture being moved in the flat above mine. Okay, Akshat. Apparently the former politician used to live in a 2-floor bungalow. After her death during the late 60s, her place had been deserted for years until it was demolished in the early 90s. As of now, there's a flat that is situated where her house used to be at some point. Good English. Okay, that sounds absolutely fine. What about snarl as a way of speaking? Yes, he snarled at me. Yeah, you horrible man. I hate you. To snarl at somebody. If you snarl at somebody is to talk very aggressively. Yeah? Definitely using snarl as a way of speaking, Tutor. I love it. And Ginty, I daren't miss the boat. Wise men say, strike the iron when it's hot. Okay, strike the iron when it's hot. I think I would probably normally say strike while the iron is hot. Let's see if we've got any more on the refresh. Not a huge number today. Okay, so I bet there's more. Yes, definitely. Okay. And yes, definitely. Good. So, Mannequin. She was livid because she did not get her way. Good sentence, Mannequin. She was livid when he saw his foes. Good. His daughter was livid because she did not get what she wanted. Good. Good English, Mannequin. No corrections. Hassan. The devastating menace in the form of climate shift has been resounding, reverberating throughout the world, but going unheeded. The devastating menace, I would say a devastating menace in the form of climate shift or climate change has been resounding and reverberating throughout the world, but going unheeded. Good English, Hassan. Okay. Either, either, neither, neither. You say tomato, I say tomato. Here's an American children's song. There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. He's got the same name as me. Whenever I go out, people shout, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I don't know this one, and thank you for that, Jerem. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find the music that goes with that, because I'm certain it's got a song to it. Yeah. So, teacher, you must be rolling in queries of the learners. Yes, very definitely. Not today, but yes. Okay, so this is Sean. Is he going on about Eileen Gu? No. It's unbecoming for China to engage Americans to play for them in the Beijing Olympics 2022 by possibly breaking its own no dual nationality laws. I love the way you always seem to be able to talk about the same thing using different words, which is very good, Sean. I love it. Okay, and Manji. The zookeeper used subterfuge to make the gorilla take his medicine. First he mashed one disprin and smote the powder on the ape's gum, and then he offered him skim milk, which the latter took to swill the inside of his mouth, and repeated the same action several times. without fall. Thus the clever zookeeper succeeded not only to administer medication to the sick ape, but made him drink some milk also. I would probably say succeeded not only in administering, to succeed in, I think is probably more common. I think maybe to succeed to do something, it might be possible, but I'm not very happy about it. And there's one other thing as well. Smote. To smite means to hit. Yeah? So he hit the powder on the ape's gum. I guess, but I would use something like he rubbed, he poured, he spread, something like that, Manji. Okay, but that's a good piece of writing. Good work, Manji. Thank you. And let's refresh one more time to see what we've got. If there's anything, probably not. If not, it's going to be time for me to go. And yes, there's no more. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.